You know, we all remember a very special teacher, maybe more than one, who had a lasting impact on us. Well, tonight, 12 outstanding teachers who deserve some recognition for the energy and the inspiration that they bring to the classroom and the lasting impact that they have on so many students. Good evening, I'm News 10's Dale Shornack.
I'm Christina Mendonça. Each year we find some of the best, and tonight we honor them, our dedicated teachers. They've been nominated by students, by other teachers, by parents, and by principals. Not only is this a night to highlight their accomplishments, we also have the tough job of choosing one to be the 2004 Esquire IMAX Theater News 10 Teacher of the Year.
News 10, Esquire IMAX Theater, and our new partner, the College of Education at Sacramento State University. We've joined together for this event because outstanding teachers inspire and motivate our children to achieve their own greatness. And that fits very well with our values at News 10, to respect and reflect our community. And here are 12 remarkable teachers who obviously respect their students. These teachers all go the extra mile to be involved in their schools, mentoring other teachers, and taking part in activities outside of the classroom.
Another of our values is to be human in our approach. We're part of the community we serve, and we try to keep in mind how we would want to be treated if we were the subject of a news story. We see a similar quality in these teachers who want their students to receive the kind of education they would want for their own children.
Our third value at News 10 is to connect and make an impact with our community, and that's something that all of these teachers do on a daily basis. One teacher here learned Braille to better help a blind student. Another one of these teachers has quite a reputation for planning field trips that are not to be forgotten.
Tonight is about you and sharing all of your hard work with all of us. Let's begin with a first grade teacher from Davis who brings an enthusiasm to the classroom to match that of her students. The principal at Valley Oaks Elementary says Molly Brusca puts her head, heart, soul, and body into her teaching. For her, learning is a lifelong process, and she instills that in her first graders.
I get to look at the world through their eyes. And first graders are amazing. They see everything as new and exciting, and they tend to have such a wonderful, positive, curious attitude about life.
Molly Brusca is as enthusiastic as her young students. She believes the first years of school can set the tone for a child's educational experience.
It's important. Fairness doesn't mean everybody gets the same thing. It means everybody gets what they need. A lot of kids are auditory learners, so by hearing it, that's their best mode of learning. But a lot of kids need to see something. Many kids need to have hands-on experiences or kinesthetic body movement.
Students produce scrapbooks of their hard work, including snapshots.
Each month the kids love to go back and look at them, but I'm hoping when they're 20 and 30 and 40, they'll look back and go, oh yeah, oh I remember that, oh remember when we did that.
2 humongous sea turtles.
Students also look forward to notes that Brusca sends home.
I'll just find something special that they're doing, if it's something friendly or something helpful or respectful.
She says it's just one more way to let parents know how their children are doing.
Mother is hungry.
Children who will remember first grade with Ms. Brusca.
Congratulations, Molly.
Well, the recall election this last fall is a dramatic chapter in California history. And Gary Crowder saw it as a real chance to educate his students about the political process. Gary teaches government, economics, and history at Nevada Union High School in Grass Valley. He likes to help students make sense of the world, and some of his lessons are real adventures.
Gary Crowder has taught elementary, junior high, and high school students. But he found his niche at Nevada Union High School.
You can communicate, on a level, much more an adult level. We talk about a lot of current things that are happening.
Such as California's recall election.
We've been studying as we go, listening to the candidates, talking about their positions, what's going to happen if so-and-so gets elected.
Mother Teresa managed to push herself to the extreme limit.
This day, students present reports on historical figures and why they're significant.
Business community has come in since we work with them a lot, and they said, we want to see 2 things from your students. We want to see them speak well, and we want to see them write well.
Next year, students can take Mr. Crowder's economics class. They'll learn about investing and how to prepare for retirement.
I walk them through Social Security and how they can't rely on that, and that companies' pension plans are faltering.
Excursions outside of class link studies to real life
We try to get them connected and somehow to their future.
and help them to become informed, productive citizens.
Well, like we said, his lessons are real adventures. Good work, Mr. Crowder.
The principal at Eureka Elementary in Granite Bay told us Patrice McCallum has a heart 4 times as big as she is. She keeps the staff fired up and enthused, a teacher who goes the extra mile for all students, whether mainstream, special needs, or gifted. Miss McCallum teaches 5th grade.
So we've got his beak, his talons, his eyesight.
Patrice
Anything else?
McCallum is a master falconer, a hobby she turns into many teaching and learning opportunities. Questions fly whenever a bird appears.
How long do they live?
The children find out these Fiji falcons are endangered. Only 16 live in the wild. To get it, McCallum had to pass a test and get a license. She wants kids to learn early about the interaction between humans and nature.
I think the most important lesson that I can give them is being environmentally conscious. A very interesting, I like that every day, although I have a set plan, it's always different. And then what are your details about the forest?
Her 5th graders are eager and willing because of Mrs. McCallum's special formula.
She always lets us do our work in class. Sometimes she lets us have extra recess. We have auctions every month, and she gives out like stuffed animals and stuff from like Claire's.
I try to make learning fun. I try to keep the kids motivated. They want to learn. The world is their oyster.
Great work, Miss McCallum.
Well, tonight would not be possible without the support of some very generous sponsors. They're providing some really nice gifts for our Teacher of the Year. From Southwest Airlines, 2 round-trip tickets anywhere they fly. From Bank of Lodi, they're providing a $5,000 savings bond. From Coca-Cola, 20 cases of your favorite soft drinks. Also, passes to Great America and Six Flags Marine World. Movie passes to Century Theaters, tickets to a River Cats baseball game, and the Sacramento Zoo. And Sylvan Learning Center is providing a new laptop computer and 36 Learning Center hours. A big thanks to those sponsors.
More teachers to meet and a big award to give out. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm News 10's Jennifer Smith. Get ready for the Academy Awards of the restaurant industry. Discover the finest food, restaurants, and chefs in and around Sacramento. Join News 10 for the first annual Forkies at the Empire Club, Sunday, June 20th.
You know, I've often been asked what I like most about teaching at Sac State. My answer is simple. It's my colleagues and my students.
California State University, Sacramento, where faculty have a passion for teaching, committed, encouraging, involved, and dedicated. Faculty and students working together, building a foundation for success at California State University, Sacramento.
News 10 and the Esquire IMAX Theater thank Bank of Lodi for donating a $5,000 savings bond to the Teacher of the Year. Thank you, Bank of Lodi, for supporting our education efforts.
Scientific concepts are put to the test in the 7th and 8th grade in the class of Derek Sato. Mr. Sato is known for creating lots of fun, hands-on activities for his students at Tracy's Earl Williams Middle School. He started advanced science classes to prepare kids for advanced placement courses in high school. And he volunteered to lead an intramural after-school sports program after budget cuts eliminated all sports at school.
There's not a lot of sitting around in Derek Sato's class. Science with him means students actively find out how concepts work. Like when they make electricity work for them. Students build circuits and try to turn on tiny light bulbs.
See if it turns on here.
Follow this line. What do we get to?
Battery.
Sato students also get a demonstration of physics principles using homemade rockets. The lesson?
I like Newton's laws of motion, about like gravity and friction, like drag and stuff that, you know, we have to know that a rocket has to be smooth.
They understand what a challenge is
They've always worked hard to finish that challenge, and they're successful.
Mr. Sato is teacher, advisor, friend. He maintains good teachers assume different roles to meet their students' needs.
I've had a lot of good relationships with my students and dealt with a lot of their problems over the years. And I think, that's more of our job nowadays than just to throw a book in front of a child.
Mr. Sato's class is one students don't want to miss.
Congratulations, Mr. Sato.
Asa Sally teaches third graders at John Bidwell Elementary School in Sacramento. The staff there describes him as a wonderful teacher, always looking for new ways to help students learn in the classroom. He's already named as a Teacher of the Year in the Sacramento City School District. Mr. Sally is known for coming in early, staying late, and motivating his students toward big goals.
Asa Sally started teaching after making big bucks in the corporate world. What he saw as a top manager spurred his move.
I was concerned about the level of foundational skills that people were coming with, but just mathematical skills, language, art skills in terms of writing, and then people skills, and being able to make critical thinking type decisions. I just wasn't seeing it happening.
Mr. Sally says he not only teaches the kids.
Is that standard English? No, that's how we talk with our friends. Like, man, like. We don't begin sentences like that, okay? Standard English, always, okay?
They teach him new ways of learning sentence structure, vocabulary, math.
And I say to myself, God, if that teacher had only used this, it would have saved me hours of grief. Every week we try to send home a newsletter. And
to highlight students' homework and vocabulary words. Notes also go home with each child about the good things they're doing.
So that when we need to do some interventions with that child, the parent feels that it's coming from a place of love and a place of caring rather than a place of judgment.
Mr. Sally's students will tell you they're headed to college. He takes them on field trips to visit.
This is a global economy. When we talk about outsourcing jobs, that means that our children are going to have to compete internationally.
For students in this class, learning is not only inspirational, it's fun.
I can make it.
Thank you. Thank you for your fine work, Mr. Sally. Asa Sally.
Healthy bodies, healthy minds would aptly describe the classroom environment Mcclanahan creates at Twin Lakes Elementary in Orangevale. Her principal reports Miss Mcclanahan is a staff leader in the areas of writing, math, and science. Her energy is infectious, and the school community is enriched with teachers like Miss Mcclanahan on staff.
Every day is like going to summer camp when you're a teacher. It is just different every single day. I can't even tell you how fun it is.
And Muffet Mcclanahan's second graders enjoy it too.
Now, I have 5 of my dead frogs in here today, and 1 for each team.
Dried up frogs? Well, they're studying amphibious vertebrates.
It grabs the kids' interest. They know these things are all around them, and second graders especially, life is a treasure hunt. Toads are often rough and bumpy.
Yes, Miss Mcclanahan's changed clothes, but the students know what's coming.
Where we go is down here to the ball wall. And my philosophy is a healthy body, a healthy mind, and exercise is something that is low cost, they can do forever. I've been having a running program in my class probably for close to 10 years now. And it is something we do together 2 days a week.
Every time students turn a lap, they grab wooden sticks. This, too, is a learning exercise.
And they keep track of their miles in walk jog logs. They do long addition with carrying. They know fractions for how many laps is a mile.
By the end of the year, her students have run 100 miles and learned about nutrition and heart health.
Congratulations, Miss Mcclanahan.
Students at E.V. Kane Middle School say learning about ancient history is actually fun in Michael Pereira's class. He uses costumes and computer games to get kids interested in learning. Parents love his class website, packed with a lot of good information. Mr. Pereira also coordinates the Gifted Students program. He expects a lot out of his students, but he gives them the tools to succeed.
One look inside Michael Pereira's classroom and you know something's different. He's the teacher who becomes a medieval warrior to interest 7th graders in history, social studies, English, and literature.
We're in the middle of talking about Vikings now, so I'm wearing my Viking hat and stuff. And when we read the Iliad, sometimes I chuck spears and stuff, but it's another way to get the kids engaged and keep their attention.
And teach them how history affects present-day culture.
And in the Crusades, for example, is when the Europeans pick up from the Muslims all sorts of customs like bathing regularly, and women using makeup and perfume.
Computer-savvy kids respond well to a computer role-playing game he designed.
He gets you in touch with the Middle Ages and makes you want to be there, and he just makes it so fun. Like, you start as a serf and you have to complete a menial task of at least 2 points extra credit in history.
Students can also review test material. Parents can check in on their child's progress. He spent 31 years in the classroom, but that hasn't dimmed Michael Pereira's enthusiasm for teaching.
Sometimes people talk about teacher burnout, but I actually enjoy teaching more today than I did when I started.
Nice helmet! Congratulations, Mr. Pereira.
Jerry Colon was an English teacher, English department chair, student newspaper advisor, yearbook advisor, and staff development advisor for more than 30 years at Oakmont High School in Roseville. Although now retired from the classroom, she still mentors new teachers 1 day a week, an exemplary teacher who was a favorite with her students. Jerry Colon.
So when I was little, I didn't play house like the other little kids. I played school, and I was the teacher.
Jerry Colon teaches communications at Roseville's Oakmont High School. Her students put together the Norse Notes, the school newspaper. They learn to work under deadline time pressure.
Can you think of some way we could jazz this up? Box that and then think of something else to do here. They're very independent, and you teach them some basic things, and then you sort of turn them loose to do their hands-on learning.
Colon developed a freshman class that cleverly combines English and computers. It sparks her kids' real interest, learning to drive.
Driver's education just happens to be our hook, because all of these kids really want to drive.
It also ropes in students who have talents and skills other than academics.
We have people who are musically intelligent, and they don't get any kudos on these paper and pencil tests, which really test only your verbal intelligence and your mathematical intelligence, basically. And so I try to teach them that there are many ways of knowing, and all of them are just as important.
Ms. Colon says going in so many different directions isn't easy, but she wouldn't change a thing.
You get to change lives. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting when you see the lights go on in their eyes.
Congratulations, Ms. Colon.
Well, this year, the College of Education at Sacramento State University chose our Teachers of the Month. They help to prepare the next generation of teachers, and they provide continuing education to help teachers be more effective in the classroom. Would you please welcome Dr. Virginia Dixon, Associate Dean, College of Education, Sacramento State University. Doctor?
Welcome, everyone. On behalf of California State University in Sacramento and our College of Education, we'd like to thank Channel 10 for providing this chance to honor educators from our region. It's a particular privilege to see not only the educators here tonight, the teachers who are being honored, but the part that makes it so real, many of the students who share in that. We know that from Gandhi, in a Hindu treatise, he told us it is the action and not the fruit of the action which is important. We have to do the right thing. It may not be in our power, it may not be in our time that we will see any fruit, but if we do nothing, there will be no result. It's a real privilege to honor these teachers this evening and the other educators they symbolize. Thank you so much, Channel 10.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon. Heidi Harvey is committed to getting children off to the best start in school. That's why she teaches first graders at Wenzel Brown Elementary in Roseville. It's reported that her students hate to miss school because she creates such a caring, encouraging, and fun classroom. Heidi Harvey.
My dad's a teacher, my mom's a teacher, my sister's a teacher. I have a lot of family members that are teachers, and it has always been a big part of my life.
Heidi Harvey's motto, work hard, play hard, rest hard.
The kids keep you young, they keep you fresh, they keep you energized. Good job, good job. Let's go back and take a look at this. With the reading, you need to get down to their level, where they're at, and take them from there.
Miss Harvey even learned Braille to teach Benton, who is blind.
Because he's a student in my classroom, just like everybody else, and I'm responsible for challenging him and helping him rise to the occasion.
We can't wear a shirt or pants.
Harvey has her first graders reading and performing 6 plays this year. They dance and sing while learning new vocabulary words and how to memorize.
Some of the quietest kids you would have thought coming into the classroom just shined on stage. They were stars. They were ready to go.
And there are dozens of books written and illustrated by her students.
A lot of thinking, a lot of writing, and those are their words.
Miss Harvey sets the bar high and says her students always reach it.
They'll rise to the occasion. They always do.
That is a fun classroom. Congratulations, Heidi Harvey.
Known for his low-key humor, subject knowledge, and effective delivery, Stu Clark taught at Albert Schweitzer Elementary in Carmichael. His principal said Mr. Clark had a way of connecting with kids. He started a ham radio operators club at school and brought in survivors of the Holocaust to talk to students. Mr. Clark is retired, but when he visits the school, kids swarm him like a rock star.
I might say number 30 on the periodic table.
Stu Clark's broadcaster's voice demands the attention of 6th graders learning science.
This first ring has 2 electrons.
I love teaching, and I really do like the kids. I love the banter, the give and take.
This is what I frequently do when the lesson isn't going well.
But today, students can win the panic button in a game of scientific bingo. They play coverall, and after 30 minutes, a winner claims her prize.
All right, Jen. Now, you got to keep that thing put away today, okay? Because I don't want you doing that in the middle of everything. Good job, good job.
Students also get into the nitty-gritty of biology, dissecting cow and sheep organs.
Questions provide more questions rather than automatic answers. One thing leads to another rather than, you read this chapter and answer these questions and then you're done with it.
Mr. Clark has retired to travel the country for several months, but he promises to return for
the dissections. So I'll do a human anatomy unit and probably do it several times with several classes.
He says once a teacher, always a teacher.
And accepting for Mr. Clark tonight, his wife, Sue.
Who will be the 2004 Esquire IMAX News 10 Teacher of the Year? Coming up right after this.
News 10 and the Esquire IMAX Theater thanks Southwest Airlines for giving the Teacher of the Year 2 round-trip airline tickets just in time for summer break. Thank you, Southwest Airlines.
This is from me, Mom. It's something you've always wanted. It's your report card.
This moment brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center. We begin by identifying your child's specific needs, followed by individual attention, personalized lesson plans, and progress reports for you.
A summer at Sylvan can make all the difference. Call 1-800-EDUCATE today.
News 10 and the Esquire IMAX Theater thank Coca-Cola for providing the Teacher of the Year with a fun pack filled with all kinds of goodies for that summer vacation. Thank you, Coca-Cola.
Twin Lakes Elementary School has 2 Teachers of the Month on staff. First grade teacher Timmy Elcock is an outstanding teacher in all respects. But this year, she put a real focus on helping her students become better writers, and it made a huge difference. She also leads a before-school reading program for students who need a little extra help.
I just love first grade.
And it's not hard for first graders at Twin Lakes Elementary in Orangevale to fall in love with Timmy Elcock. Her lessons are fun.
No 2 days are the same. You're greeted with big smiles.
You see the light go on for students. They're learning to read. It's just, every day is a gift.
Too sweet to be forgotten. Do you want to make another heart there?
Today, students make Valentine gifts to take home to parents. Another group tests their memory as they find matching cards. And these kids play bingo.
E11.
There's a lot to be learned from playing games.
So I want to reinforce that the children are learning the numbers, that they understand tens and ones.
And everywhere you look, you see art.
I have an art background, so I really like to share that with the students as much as I can, and a lot of creativity.
Elcock believes her students are special.
I want them to feel successful. I want them to love learning and look forward to coming back to school.
Congratulations, Timmy Elcock.
We don't know if he was inspired by his teachers, but we do know Tom Geek must have liked something about his alma mater, Roseville High School, because that's where he teaches now. Mr. Geek teaches social studies, history, and coaches football and track. The principal says Mr. Geek has made a special effort with English language learners and underrepresented students so all would find high school an enriching experience.
The Pentagon has said it expects to reduce American troops in Iraq.
He knew he wanted to be a teacher when he was only 16. Now he's at the head of the class and couldn't be happier.
Every day is a new day, you know. You just want to motivate students to do better.
Tom Geek teaches U.S. history and world studies at Roseville High School. With students who speak little English, he puts in extra time making sure they understand.
Like if someone's struggling and haven't completed the essay, I'll do the tutorial the week before and week of the collection date. Mr. Cat's mute.
Teenagers aren't so old they can't appreciate Mr. Cat as Winston Churchill.
He brings funny into it. I don't know how.
Hey, it's a one-man job here, Mr. Cat.
He encourages debate by dividing students into conservative, liberal, and moderate groups. Next time, they'll switch sides. Geek wants them to be able to support their own opinions, and he sees himself doing this for another 30 years. And why not? It's his passion.
Good to have you as a teacher, Mr. Geek.
Well, there you have it. We have met our 12 Teachers of the Month. Now we have one more honor for one of them. It is time to announce the 2004 Esquire IMAX Theater News 10 Teacher of the Year. Joining us, the 2003 Teacher of the Year, Sherry Forkham. Sherry?
Well, you are all so deserving of the selected by Sacramento State's Department of Education for innovation in the classroom, impact on students from all backgrounds, and longevity. The 2004 Esquire IMAX News 10 Teacher of the Year is Heidi Harvey.
Thank you. I would especially like to thank the 2002-2003, my retired first graders from last year and their families who nominated me last May, and my family, and my husband who puts up with the long hours and all the stories. He knows all the students as well. And thank you, everybody. This is unbelievable, incredible, and it's my life, and I love it.